Hello. I want us to think today about an EKG, a spiritual EKG. We know that a physical EKG is a test that is done to see the condition of the human heart. Many times we had that kind of a test done in the doctor's office. But today, let's think about a spiritual EKG. Now, how would you check to see what your spiritual EKG is? I want to suggest that we can check our speech to determine a spiritual EKG. Now, let me share with you an experience I had just this past week. We've had very hot weather here, and so some friends and I went into the mountains further to go to a lake to spend the day swimming and boating and just cooling off. One of the boats we rode in was a little one called a paddle boat. Two people sit side by side in this little boat and pedal the thing with bicycle pedals. But between us was a little handle that regulated a little paddle under the water that determined whether the boat went to the right or the left. That little paddle was called a rudder. In the book of James in Scripture, he talks about the tongue being a rudder. This rudder governs the direction that our life is going to go, because the power of the tongue governs life and death in the human heart. Now, we can use our tongue for good things, or we can use our tongues for bad things. Actually, most of the sinning that human beings do is because of the use of the tongue. It can bless, it can curse. But it's not the actual tongue that's the problem. The problem is the condition of our hearts. For it's out of the abundance of the human heart that we speak. Now, what is this spiritual heart? It's the inner person that we are. This human heart contains feelings, attitudes, good or bad. And out of them we actually speak. We say what we think. We say what we feel. We express anger through our tongue. We express happiness through our tongue. This little rudder is what is affecting people around us, either for good or for bad, because of the condition of our own personal heart. And so today I'm taking a look at my heart and inviting you to take a look at your heart too, because we're going to speak what comes out of that heart. Jesus said that he could give us a new heart. We could have a whole new beginning in the way that we think, act, and speak. But he comes into the human heart only by invitation. And so if you need a human heart cleansed and renewed today, you must invite Jesus to do that. Perhaps you've already done that, and yet you still find that your speech is not as nice as it ought to be. Ask him to clean up your heart. It is our spiritual condition within our heart that is going to affect our lives and the lives of others. Would you invite Jesus to do a heart transplant for you today? He's waiting for your invitation.